So here we have the Kia Optima GT line automatic on a 17 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through a few controls on the inside. But as you'll see from the outside, it's got those lovely big alloy wheels, tinted windows around the rear as well. Let's start off inside that massive boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So you'll see as we approach the boot, we've got reversing sensors. This car's also got a 360 parking camera, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. Plenty of boot space, along with the folding rear seats as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then I'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see not only is the car in fantastic condition, but it's a really lovely looking car as well. There's plenty to run through on the inside, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Just briefly before I climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. As you can see, you get full leather seats. The driver's seat is electronically adjustable and has 2 different memory settings, as you can see. Okay, so now that we're in the car, we're going to start off with the door. There's the 2 memory settings for the seats, which I've already mentioned. You've got electrically folding door mirrors, and then there's a few buttons just on this section here. The one that I wanted to show you particularly, so you can open the tailgate from inside the car, but the one above that turns on lane departure warning system. So this car will warn you should you drift from the lane, which is a fantastic feature. Moving on to the dials, you can see the total miles on this car are 7,145. Above that we have a trip computer, which at the moment is displaying the digital readout for the speedometer. You can change the information that's displayed up there using controls on the steering wheel. There's not only a driver data menu, which is the one that we're on, but you've got satellite navigation, systems, you've got music, settings for the car, and then user settings, so you can change the way the doors automatically lock, the lights stay on, for example. Lots of settings you can change there. If we back out to the steering wheel, the buttons I was using a moment ago are these ones on the right hand side just here, but you've also got cruise control over here, and the cruise control on this car can actually safely maintain a distance between you and the car in front by itself. So it will slow you down and speed you up according to the traffic movement in front of you. And on the left hand side of the steering wheel, we've got stereo controls as well as voice activation for the phone. So hit that button, ask it to dial anyone in your contacts list, and it will do that for you without you having to take your phone out of your pocket or bag. That is of course once you've paired your phone's Bluetooth, which is done over on here. So this is the main kind of touchscreen area for the car. It features the satellite navigation, the climate control, as you can see, all of those sorts of things. Before we get onto any of that, I mentioned when we were at the back of the car that we had a 360 parking camera. I've put the car in reverse. So on the left hand side we've got the reversing camera image with guidelines on the ground showing you where the car is headed in relation to the image that you see. And then on the right hand side is a bird's eye view of the car parked in the space that it is currently in. You can also change that to a front facing camera, and it's got parking sensors as well. So not only will it show you what's going on, but it will beep to warn you as well. Beyond that, there's a few different ways to listen to music. As you can see up here, you've got DAB radio as well as FM and AM. And then in terms of other ways to listen to music, so your other media if you like, you can stream music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio, and there's also an auxiliary and USB input, which I'll show you in a moment, and then you've got your satellite navigation up there as well. Working our way down from there, we've got the main controls for the stereo, so the volume up and down. We can go straight to radio, straight to media, we can answer the phone, we can go straight to your map directly off of these buttons should you wish to. We then have the climate control, so you can adjust the temperature independently on the right and left hand sides of the car. Any adjustments you make are shown on the digital display just up there, so you can see me moving it there. Fan speed is shown up there as well, but is adjusted just here. That button will turn the air conditioning on or back off again, or you can hit auto and the car will maintain the temperatures you've asked for by adjusting the fan speed itself, and you can override that by readjusting the fan speed as you've just seen me do. Underneath here we've got this little cubby hole which will close over. There's an auxiliary and USB input and a 12-volt charging socket. We then have the fully automatic gearbox, and then a number of buttons below that. So this will change the view for the camera, so you can have it front facing as well as bird's eye view. This will turn off the stop and start. So this car is designed to cut out in traffic to save you fuel. You can turn that off should you wish to. Driver modes will change the way the vehicle reacts, so you can put it in sport mode, normal or eco mode should you wish to. We have a heated steering wheel, which is fantastic for days like today. And then underneath that, which is a real rarity, not only do you have heated driver and passenger seats, but you actually have air conditioned driver and passenger seats as well. So for the summer, really, really brilliant. Electronic handbrake. You can then turn off or on the parking sensors with a push of that button there. And this button If you give that a push, the car is actually capable of parking itself. So if I show you up on the central display, it's showing that we need to shift to D. Basically, it's asking us to drive along. The car will then look for a space, and when it finds one, you follow the instructions on the screen and it will park the car automatically for you. So really clever system. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the panoramic roof on this car. So you can see that the blind is shut at the moment. There's a little button up there. If I give that a push, the blind will open all the way back, and the sunroof section, that front section, will also slide back as well. So not only will it let in a huge amount of light, but you can let in a huge amount of air along with that. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.